I'm really going to take this opportunity to reflect on a career, half of which has been spent in big computer systems, and half of which in embedded systems. And there are some kind of fundamental questions and issues that come out of that that are worth exploring in some depth. And in order to frame this question, I think it's really important to talk about the big trade-off. In some ways, this is the landscape on which we all live. And we're always wrestling, explicitly or implicitly, with this fundamental trade-off. On one hand, we want energy efficiency. We want low cost per op, low watts per op. We want to do things which are theoretically highly efficient in execution. On the other hand, we want it to be really cheap to develop. We want engineering efficiency. We want to be able to develop systems with very little effort over short periods of time so we can respond to market opportunities and take advantage of the latest ideas. And so at one end of the spectrum, you have people who really understand their problem well and in fact have cast that solution, that algorithm, into some dedicated circuit implemented in silicon. And you can get down into the microwatts, nanowatts. You really have frozen, crystallized a solution in silicon. And at the other extreme, you have people who say, gosh, I've got a new idea for a machine learning-based service. There's some available algorithms out there. I'm going to get an instance on AWS, and I'm going to put up this service and start delivering AI insights. And the dynamic range in time to market, in cost to develop, can easily be 3 or 4 orders of magnitude between somebody who's designing some circuit that they then have to take through a whole productization flow versus somebody who's designing a new service based on some hardware. I don't even know what hardware it is out there in the cloud. And so when you live in this wealth of choices, you have to think about what am I doing to really move the technology forward. It turns out, for better or for worse, that an awful lot of what we spend our time engineering or marketing are just trade-offs along that curve. We're saying, well, I made it more efficient, but by the way, you have to use this new programming model. Or I got it into the market really quickly, but by the way, you've got cloud latencies and you're going to pay, 14 cents a minute or 14 cents an hour to run this. The real progress comes when you can shift the curve. You find technologies which give you both flexibility, which is often programmability, existence of ecosystems, and efficiency. The cost per op really does go down even while you improve the programmability. Those are hard things to do. But it is when we push the technology in these ways that we get to make serious progress. And it helps us address the question of, well, how much more efficient must an edge solution be than the cloud equivalent? How do you take a single problem and split it between part of it running on the edge and part of it running on the system so that you somehow get the best of both worlds? Ideally, you get something which has time to market like the cloud system and efficiency like the edge system, and not vice versa.